YouTube, welcome to Cafe No and welcome to our reaction to Blackfoot. We are going to react to this song, Wishing Well. Let's get started with our first time single take honest reaction to it, requested by our patron Warren.
Take off your hat and kick off your shoes. I know you ain't going anywhere. Run around the town singing your blues. I know you ain't going anywhere. You've always been a good friend of mine, but you're always saying farewell. And all the time that you're satisfied is when your feet's in the wishing well. Gun, you might shoot yourself, or is that what you're trying to do? Put up a fight you believe to be right, and someday the sun will shine through. You've always got something to hide, something you just can't tell. And all the time that you're satisfied is when your feet's in the wishing well. But I know what you're wishing for.
Life in a peaceful world.
Oh, yeah.
Life in a peaceful world.
Oh, yeah.
Life in a peaceful
You've always been a good friend of mine, but you're always saying farewell. And the only time that you're satisfied is when your feet's in the wishing well. Yes, my God. Everybody has a dream, yeah. Everybody has a wish. Wishing
Blackfoot, Blackfoot, Blackfoot.
Blackfoot.
Is it too much to ask for love in a peaceful world? What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
I guess for Americans, Canadians, Englishmen, and all those people who are used to violence, used to fighting all the time, controlling things all the time in their lives, in their families, in their relationships. Yeah, it's too much to ask for love in a peaceful world. Oh, how can that be possible for me to give? So the only time this person is satisfied when his or her feet is in the wishing well. Strange words, I mean, you don't deserve to be in a relationship if that's the way you feel about someone who's close to you. And that's all I can say. That's the reason people usually dump you and stay away from you. I'm talking about in general, American men. Because you don't want to be with people who don't want love in a peaceful world. They only want to argue, fight, dominate, control, manipulate, cheat, and get their own way. They don't want to give, they only want to take. So yeah, I mean, you get what you get what you give, more or less, by the end of it.
I like the style of singing. It reminded me of Jethro Tull a little bit, the way the singer was singing. Although the musical diversity was not there like Jethro Tull has. other instruments too. But it goes well. It has something that you're waiting for, some a thrill kind of thing that was happening in the song. Although nothing comes out of it, only he's expecting a peaceful a life filled with love and peace or something like that. Love in a peaceful world. That is what he's expecting. I could be wrong, but I think he's talking to himself or his alter self here. He's not talking to. That's what I feel. By the end of it, it does not make sense if it is another person. I think he's talking to himself like that. It is
Yeah.
him who likes.
Could be.
His personality. One side of his personality always likes the wishing well thing and always living in a dream world or something.
It starts
like that.
off with this
Yeah.
line, take off your hat, kick off your shoes, I know you ain't going anywhere. Possibly himself looking in the mirror.
I think he's talking to himself. All of this. It's not addressing to someone else because it doesn't make much sense, and it's not how people in that part of the world, at least from what I have gathered, they talk to each other. They don't really help out each other that much. Like they don't teach each other not to go for wrong things. They will be first ones to go and support, or they would be as crazy to do that. So it's a person who's talking to himself mostly.
And another thing that's really strange, I mean, you'll find it so common. For me, it's strange as an Indian, living in India, a land where we definitely have pretty decent gun control.
Yeah, that's.
But it's so common in American, Canadian, even British songs. There's the word gun thrown in. Gun, sword, knife, weapons basically. It's so common to find lines containing this word, these kind of words, weapons.
Yeah.
It's so common. I don't know what's this obsession of Americans,
It's part
Canadians,
of life. It's like
Englishmen to continuously spread violence through their music. It doesn't seem like much to you because obviously you live in that kind of a society. But for me, it's really, really strange and it's a bad role model. Blackfoot, yes, definitely it's a Blackfoot. It's not a right foot, it's not a white foot, it's not a good foot. Because you're spreading such violence in your music. Why do you have to give a reference to a gun all of a sudden? Throw down your gun or something like that. Strange.
Here in India, I see this attempt and shameless attempt, brazen attempt, and I don't know why nobody from the government or officials are really, paying heed to it unless they have no clue what is happening. When I'm on YouTube, and this is to YouTube themselves as a user, I don't know if anybody is listening. I get these advertisements below the videos that I watch, and then there is a gun, a handgun. And that gun isn't a gun, it's supposed to be a lighter or something like that, a cigarette lighter. I'm not a smoker, so why do I get such advertisements?
It's a
I
toy.
don't know. It's a toy, it's a lighter, it's something, whatever it is, it looks like a proper gun, a proper, what we see in the US, what people shoot people with. And that kind of gun, being normalized, the having of a gun in a person's pocket or, as a cigarette lighter or something like that, that's not a good start. I know where it goes later on, just making people get used to that device or whatever and then, replacing it with the real one. That is how it goes. But I don't like this brazen attempt of doing it every single day. I've complained that on that ad. There's no way I can really complain to YouTube, but they just don't take it away. I don't want to see that ad. I don't want it to be there in the market. A lighter doesn't have to look like a gun. It's as simple as that. A lighter can look like a lighter. But I see how they normalize certain things in a society.
Americans.
Yeah, they do that in a very systematic, methodical way. This is how you normalize things. This is how you normalize drugs. This is how you normalize sex abuse. This is how you normalize objectification of women. This is how you have normalized alcohol and everything. It's just normal. It's part of life. Take it. Simple.